Hi, I'm Steve Kramer of the Kramer Law Firm. I'm a Florida criminal defense attorney, and today we're going to talk about some of the frequently asked questions that people facing criminal charges have. The first most commonly asked question is, will I go to jail or prison? And the answer is, I don't know. We have to take a look at your case. You're going to come in and sit down with us, and once we have all of the facts and information in front of us, we will give you a good advice as to what we think is going to happen, what the likelihood of your success at trial or otherwise is, and then we can explore all the different options, because there are a lot of options in your case that you might not be aware of. The next question most people have is, will I be required to go to court or to hearings? And the answer depends. The first hearing you're going to have is an arraignment. An arraignment is where the charges are read against you and you plead either not guilty or guilty. Now, if you hire us as your attorney, we will file what's called a waiver of arraignment and a written plea of not guilty. And by doing that, you don't have to go to the hearing because your appearance is waived and you've already pled not guilty. Now, after the arraignment, there may be a series of hearings. They'll be called pretrial conferences or docket soundings. And those hearings, sometimes you can waive your appearance, but many times it's to your advantage to actually show up because an opportunity may arise at that hearing that you don't want to miss. So generally, you're going to need to appear at these hearings for your own benefit. Now, if there's something that comes up that you have some kind of emergency, we can waive the appearance. If you've got some job obligations or work obligations or something else, a lot of times we can work around that. But that's something we need to go over on a one-on-one basis. Now, the next question people have often is, how do they respond to a job application that says, have you been convicted of a crime or charged with a crime? And the answer is, it depends what the question asks. If you've just been charged with a DUI and the job application asks if you've ever been convicted of a misdemeanor or a felony, well, guess what? You haven't been convicted of anything yet. You've only been arrested and charged with a crime. So the answer is obvious there. You don't have to, you can say no, you weren't convicted of anything. So that's another one that we need to look at on a one-on-one basis. Now, the last questions are, should I testify if I go to trial? And that is a very, very specific decision that we're going to want to look at and can vary in every single case. And it also depends on how good a witness you are. How nervous do you get in front of other people? How bad are the statements that you made before, and are they going to impact you? Meaning, if you are going to testify to one thing when you go to trial and you said the opposite thing every day until trial and given statements like that, it may not be such a great idea. But we're going to look at that on a case-by-case basis. And the last thing is, should I go to trial? And that's another decision that needs to be made once we have the evidence in front of us. Once we see what the options are, because you should never make that decision until you know your options. If you've got an option to do pretrial diversion where you complete some classes and some education and all the charges are dismissed, sometimes that can be superior to going to a trial and taking your chances in front of a jury. It all depends. Every case is different. There's no two cases that are the same, and that's part of our philosophy here. Every client deserves individual attention. Why am I telling you this? Because these are questions that if you're facing criminal charges might come up. And that we've done this before. We've done this a lot. We know this stuff inside out and we deal with it on a daily basis. If you have any questions, call me at the number below. Also, if you're watching this video on YouTube or Facebook, click the like button below. That way your friends and family can benefit from the information that I'm giving you right now. Thanks for watching this video. I'm Steve Kramer of the Kramer Law Firm.